What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jordan. This channel used to be called React to That because I used to make reaction videos, but not doing that right now. So here I am. This video is going to be super different because it's a story time, and basically I'm going to be talking about my experience dating during the pandemic. If you want to know more, keep on watching. And before I get too into this story, I have my laptop here right in front of me because this happened about a year ago. So for me to like try to remember things off the top of my head without rambling like I am doing right now, it's a little hard. So, you know, bear with me. And I keep looking at myself and not at the camera. So, Quarantine, a popular social experiment, premiered on Netflix, and that social experiment was called Love is Blind. And if you don't know the premise behind that show, basically, you know, big blind date, but with that social experiment, people got engaged and people got married at the end of it. I did something very similar, except I didn't end up with an engagement ring. I'm not married. But I did find a cute guy that, you know, basically, you know, I say he's my man. You know, we're dating, so it's been a while, and it's been fun, and it's been super cool. But yeah, so I basically did something like that, but it was called Love is Blind Quarantine Edition, and it was actually created by my old roommate's friend that she met in law school, and my old roommate told me about it, and I was like, you know what, let me do it. Let me sign up because, you know, it's quarantine, I'm not doing anything. It was also like spring break was slightly approaching, so I had a lot of free time. It was just a lot going on. I just had way too much free time, and I just like was like, hey, like let's switch up the routine and do it. So don't really know because I didn't get to know all of them like that. But basically for day one, I had to speak to everyone, every guy that was on my list. And so there were a few that stood out, and there were like 3 rounds and then a big reveal. So here's the thing, we also had Google numbers, so we couldn't like look each other up. Like I had no idea what he looked like. I just knew his name, that was it. I had no idea how old he was, had no idea where he was from, none of that stuff. So basically he stood out to me because he was the first guy to text me, and he was actually the 3rd guy I spoke to, and throughout our conversations, like we just laughed a lot, and that's what really like stood out to me, and just like how natural the conversation was, and just like how comfortable he made me feel. Yeah, we were just talking, getting to know each other, and, you know, trying to understand like why we both, you know, decided to do the social experiment. So that was day number 1. BW was one of my choices, and so were a few other guys. Because I'm really great with names, we're just gonna name the other ones. Reed, Brian, Chaz, oh my gosh, and the other guy I follow on Instagram, so like I cannot, oh my god, and Chew, there you go. So 5 guys, and if those 5 guys wanted to have me as a match, then I would move on to round 2 with them. So I think out of my 5, only 3 chose me, which, like, why would you not choose me? I mean, honestly, they couldn't see what I look like because I think I have a nice smile. So out of the 5 guys that I chose, only 3 of them chose me, and BW was one of them, and I was super excited about that. So for the second round, we actually had to do a date, and I remember talking to BW and just like talking about like where he was from, and we decided to watch Tiger King. We only like messaged through Google Meets, whatever, Google numbers, and like called on those days that we were supposed to call, and we decided to do like a Netflix extension party, and we were watching Tiger King. And there was a point in time where I was like, okay, like I'm gonna use the restroom, like I'll be back. And I go to the restroom, I come back, and I'm just like, I'm back, like on the phone, and he says, oh, I missed you. And I'm like, Here we go with this player BS. Like, this boy is a smooth talker to the T. Like, even just throughout our conversation, he was just very like confident. I can feel that through the phone. And it's just like funny to think about, just because like I've definitely got to know him now more. And to me, he still has like that swag, but he's definitely like not an F-boy at all, which is like something I thought he was in the beginning. So here's when it comes to the juicy part. We're just gonna fast forward. So we're on to round 3, right? After your movie date, you choose one final person to move on with on the 3rd round. And unfortunately,
ladies, I'm sorry. If you did not receive a rose, take a moment, say your goodbyes.
BW did not choose me, okay? And I was just like, wow, like I really felt a connection and this guy did not choose me. When I tell you I was really like butthurt, I was butthurt. And I did have like, not a match, but I did have someone that did choose me. But unfortunately, I didn't choose him because like in my gut, like I was like, I'm going for a BW. I know so-and-so and I like had a great conversation, cool, fine, but I definitely felt that friend vibes. I don't know, I feel like in the beginning of the social experiment, I was like not looking for anything, but once I met BW, I was just like swoon, and other girls were swoon too. I found that out later on, but that's a whole nother story. During the final reveal, I had some technical difficulties, and so I only saw the girl that created the game, Kendall, Chu, the guy that chose me in the end, some random girl that I did not know, obviously because I was talking to the guys, so I didn't get to see what BW looked like, and I was really upset about that because I was just like, damn, like I think his voice is attractive, we had a nice conversation, like he's a little bit of a smooth talker, low-key giving me F-boy vibes, and I didn't get to see what he looked like. So I said, I'm going to shoot my shot. And what did I do? I shot my shot. I sure did. So I sent him a message. I was like, hey, like, I don't know what happened during the big reveal, but I didn't get to see your face. Like, I really want to see what you look like. And he said he saw me, which is sad because I was just like not cute that day. But if he said yes to seeing me in sweats with my hair up, then we're great. So that's what we did. Like that following Friday, I believe, we actually FaceTime, I had a really nice chat, and we were like, okay, like this is cool, like we want to do it again. So I'm gonna insert some clips over here, you know, because I like to just like document my life for myself. But yeah, we continued to jump on FaceTime with each other for a couple of months, and I feel like we were doing them almost weekly, if not every other week, just chatting. Like there were a few times where I was like, okay, like I don't want this to be boring, like let's do something. Sometimes we would watch a movie through Netflix, or we would cook the same meal, eat together. We did a lot of games. After FaceTiming for a long time, I basically brought up the idea of meeting in person, and that was bold of me. If you really know me, like you would not expect me to be as bold as I was, but I already shot my shot once and it worked, and I was shooting my shot again and it worked. So on June 11th, booked a flight, took a plane, hung out with him for like 4 days, 5 days. And when I tell you, I was smitten to a T. I remember when I first saw him, and like I remember what he wore too. I'm just like, what is wrong with me? Like, why do I remember things like this? You know, I was nervous. My heart was beating so freaking fast, like insane. And so I flew to DC to visit him, and that was just like out here about to meet this guy, flying all the way from Pittsburgh back to Maryland to go to DC. It was a great time, a great trip. I was supposed to say chip. Also gave him a little gift basket because you never show up empty-handed to someone's house. Even got my first kiss that day because the vibes were right. And so that was super nice. A year later, and I'm still with him, I guess still dating him. So the thing is, he was living in DC and I was living in Pittsburgh. So once I made that initial visit, you know, we continued to FaceTime and do phone calls, and then he flew to Pittsburgh to see me. That's when I knew. I was like, oh, this is not an F-boy. Like, you just don't do these things. So I just spent a lot of time just like getting to know him to see if, you know, anything would spark. But as you can see by the title, I'm definitely still smitten, and, you know, basically fell in love during quarantine by participating in this social experiment and just like really getting to know the person for who they are and not necessarily their looks. Because yes, everyone has their preferences, you have your right to do so, but I don't know, there was just something different about it. And you know, I'm still learning about him, and you know, we're still going on dates. Not so much during the FaceTime and the phone calls, just because we literally text every single day. Honestly, ever since I shot my shot, we've been texting every single day. And it's crazy to me because I don't know, I just like didn't expect anything like this to happen, but I'm glad it did. I'm glad I shot my shot, because I don't know what would have happened if I didn't, honestly. As far as our dates, I made sure to like plan a lot of things. So when we met in person, I love to like set up movie nights for us, or anytime for us to like go out. We've gone to Top Golf, we've done scooters around the city, we've done game nights, we've gone to Dave and Buster's. Like, we just do a lot of activities, hiking because he likes to be outdoors, I like to be outdoors, but also we can't be outdoors too much because he burns a little bit more easily than I do. But yeah, all the activities that we do are very much like geared towards our interests and things like that. But also, we're very much homebodies. I feel like he's more a homebody than I am, but I think it's good to like have someone that's more of a homebody, because I will be go, 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 go on the weekend 24/7. But he's just like, you know, we could just chill in the house. And I'm like, you know what? You're right, because we did work the entire week. And yeah, we've been able to make it work. Basically like long distance, but now it's not long distance, but like it kind of is. Where are we now a year later? We're thriving, we're learning about one another, you know, I'm closer now, so that's great. I'm gonna be seeing him in a few weeks to celebrate my 25th birthday, so that's great. But I think it would be super cool if I got BW to be in a future video, so I don't know, we'll see where this channel goes, we'll see how this video goes. But that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up down below. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, do all the fun stuff, all the good stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.